What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. It is the 16th day of October, and here we are sitting at about $4,000. I feel like at this time of day, over the last 2 days now, 3 days now, we've been exactly at $4,000. So it doesn't matter what we do, we always seem to be at $4,000 when we have 8 to 10 hours left in this day, whatever day it might be. So regardless of what we do, we could go all the way down here, we could go all the way up here. Tomorrow at this exact same time, we're going to be right at $4,000. Mark my words. That's the call. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. No, we're going to look at the short-term stuff. We're going to zoom back out to the long-term stuff and just project out where we're going here. So let's look at this here on the 1 hour time frame. If we're looking at this here, we're doing some odd stuff, that's for sure, right? We're definitely doing some odd stuff, and I think that it's classic and almost to be expected that we're doing odd stuff in the charts because we're at the ends of this massive dump, right? And I've said throughout this range that what you're going to have now are desperate traders, right? Desperation is in the market. People did not learn their lessons. No, nobody learned their lessons, right? We've got just as many liquidations available today as we did on the 10th of October, right? Ethereum's got a ton of shorts piled on, a ton of longs over the past 30 days. As far as the day is concerned, we actually have more longs than shorts. I can't imagine being at the low ends of a drop. I can't imagine that being here with the given aftermath that we saw on the 10th there. I can't imagine with longs outweighing shorts in a 24-hour period that we would see the price move up from here. I would imagine that we move lower. So we probably do. Okay, that's probably going to happen. We're going to clear out the shorts. But it's not just going to be easy, right? Again, desperation means you've got people who are trading like complete degenerates right now, right? They're losing sleep. They're up. They're trading at work on their work hours. They're putting off plans with people because they got to trade. They got to make all their money back before the next big move up happens, so that they can salvage their alt season or their bull run season, whatever it is. With this, you get some pretty, let's say, deceitful behavior from the market makers. They have a field day with you. They're going to put the price up here and make you think that it's breaking out, and as soon as you do, you go max long, and then boom, then they pull it back on you, right? We take out this low. As soon as you go max short, boom, that's whenever they move the price up. And maybe we are inevitably going down. If you went short here, you're going to be right because the average person's long right now. I think as far as like the past 24 hours is concerned, right? The average person's long. I think that we are going to move lower, but they're not going to make it easy on you. They're going to test you, and then they're going to test your patience, and then inevitably we'll drop, and then we'll probably pump back up and drop lower, right? I very much do assume that this strange price action, all I'm trying to say, is largely because market makers are having they're having fun with the current leverage traders in the markets right now. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, the RSI is bearish. Enough of my shenanigans. Lower highs right here. You do have higher lows, but you're getting oversold, where your lower highs are not getting overbought, but your higher lows are still getting oversold. So I would think that we do come down. You didn't break out here. You found resistance at the 60. We found resistance before at the 60. That brought us down to the oversold zone. We found resistance at the 60 before, and we did find support at the 50. Same thing here. We're not finding support at the 50 now, so oversold we probably go. Stochastics look bearish, looking like they want to go lower as well, and the MACD is right at a perfect area to reject the zero and come down. So I think that's what we're going to see. 4 hour time frame here. It really does just look bearish, right? It looks like we've got this little consolidation phase here, wonky little whatever, and then we've got this triangle here we're about to break out of, probably to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised in the least, being here at $4,000, if we did see Ethereum return to prices below $3,800. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if that happened. Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame, the RSI is equally as bearish as it is on the 1 hour time frame, maybe a little less so, but still bearish. Rejecting the 60, living below the 50, rejecting the 50 as well here, getting oversold, not getting overbought. You look like you know, obviously you broke out of your downtrend here, which is nice. You didn't really do anything with it. You got stopped at the areas that if you were to do something, you would have kept moving up, and you just didn't. So you're probably going lower. That'd be my assumption. Stochastics look like they want to go lower. MACD rejecting the zero looks like it wants to go lower as well. I'm assuming we're probably going to go lower. We're probably going to see, again, the next kind of target area to consider would be about 3,700, 3,800. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier when I was just having fun talking, that the market makers are having a fun time with you if you're a leverage trader. So they're going to put the price down here. It might even move sideways like this. You might even prod down below some of these lows, get below 3,600 for a brief hour, and right then that's the low, and that's whenever we'll move up. But again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we do come down here and if we do get that stab down, I doubt we're just going to rip right back up to the upside, right? They didn't make it easy from this high. If we're going from this high all the way down here to this low, they're certainly not making it easy on the way down, right? It's not easy. It's not just a straight shot up and down. This was a straight shot up, which is nice, but not many people wanted to actually go long here. They only wanted to go long at the top. Now they're underwater, right? Whenever we bounce here, we're probably not going to get a straight shot up, right? They're not going to make it easy. There's going to be some deceit. It's going to seem like, oh my God, we found a lower high here. We're going to come back down, but nope. Then we find support, and then as soon as you get above that high, woohoo, we're breaking out. Nope, we're coming back down. It's not going to be easy. What I'm forecasting is trickery. Okay, there's going to be some tricky business in the markets over the coming days. It's Friday today, right? Or is it Thursday? It's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday today. So we're getting to the end of the week. The weekend is upon us, and the weekend is full of trickery as well. Market makers really have an easy time because there's less liquidity available, less volume being transacted, so it's easier to move prices around, I think, at least. That doesn't mean that we're going to see big swings, but I just think that it's easier to have that trickery come to life. So be prepared, right? I do expect lower prices. And then I expect as soon as everything seems bleak, as soon as it seems like the bull market's over, the bears are right, the bear market's beginning, as soon as it seems like that's going to happen, nope, we'll pump. We'll move back up. And then as soon as people are thinking, oh my God, we're saved, we're going to move higher, boom, then we'll move back down. And just, we're going to have a fun time playing with people's emotions. So don't believe any of it. Don't believe any of the price action at all. Just trust the process. We are going to move higher. We are. When we get out of the little stuff, when we get out of the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, we start looking at the daily time frame. We start looking at the weekly time frame, the monthly time frame. Things are absurdly bullish. We are in a very bullish set. You guys, I want to talk about why we're bullish, okay? Okay. Right now, this past week, what happened? Okay, what happened? We went from a high to a low that was 26% down. We saw a 26% range. That's a big range, especially in 1 week for Ethereum. That is a big range. People freaked the hell out with this drop. They're comparing it to COVID. They're calling it one of the largest black swan events in crypto's history. It was the largest liquidation grab, that's for sure, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't actually a big drop at all. Does anybody remember what happened this week on the 16th of December last year? Anybody remember what happened there? I don't remember what happened, but that drop was 2% less than what we saw here. It was 2% less. I don't remember anybody freaking out back there, saying that was the end of the bull market right there, right? Maybe as time went on, they started to. Anybody remember what happened on this week here, on February 3rd? I remember what happened. We dropped the same amount. That was that scare if tariff event, right? Where we thought the tariffs are getting put on that day, and then Donald Trump said, no, we're going to put the tariffs off for another month. And then 2 weeks later, we dropped more than what we just saw here. Anybody remember what happened 2 weeks later? I don't remember what happened 2 weeks later. You know, this high to low here, we're down 21%. All these huge drops, let alone we go all the way back to COVID. We go back to COVID in 2020. It's not even comparable. It's laughable, dare I say delusional, that anybody compares what's going on right now with what happened in COVID. It's absolutely, and the fact that we're at all-time highs, we're at our all-time high area, we're consolidating like this, we're holding good structure, we look strong, we're resilient. As soon as the exchanges came back online, we flipped back up. We only moved down as low as we did because there were no exchanges. If no exchanges are online and all you have are sell orders being hit, right, stop losses and liquidation levels being hit, you're going to move down. It's just an automatic thing, right? Market makers or the exchanges at the time, they were definitely pushing the price down. Absolutely they were. The exchanges went down. Nobody could buy. Nobody could hold up the price. So the price went down as low as it could, as easily as it could, at a minimum cost to the exchanges. They liquidated everybody. It's not even comparable to COVID. And people are acting like this is world-ending stuff. This was a black swan event. No, it was just the largest time, the largest liquidation grab in history for crypto. And they did. They grabbed your liquidation. And even still, we're holding proper structure above this area of resistance, mighty resistance here for a year and a half. At prior significance here, we're holding support right here at this level, right on the brink of breaking out to new all-time highs. I've never seen more bearishness at a potential breakout than I have right here. And I can tell you one thing. People back here, they were not bearish. They were euphoric. Ethereum's going to 20K. That's all. You guys, last cycle at this price, Ethereum's going to 20K. That's what's happening. Now, if you tell people Ethereum's going to 20K, they laugh at you. They call you dumb, right? We're probably going to 20K on that note, or at the very least, this is not the end of the cycle, right? End of the cycle, everybody's saying Ethereum's going to 20K. Now people are ashamed to even whisper that Ethereum's going to go to 20K, guys. Don't tell anybody. Like they're afraid of being mocked. People are thinking it's bearish, that the market's over, we're going to move up. I think I've made my point. I don't need to keep hitting that on the head over and over again. But the weekly time frame here, you look at the weekly RSI, very bullish overall, super bullish overall, actually very, very bullish. Very minimal time in the oversold zone, very minimal time below the 50. Most of your time is spent above the 50. Even minimal time below the 40. You've cooled way off with your RSI. Okay, you're at the same levels now here in the RSI that you were back here on the 23rd of June. Okay, all the way back here. You're literally at the same levels you were when you had a drop here. And what did you do with this range, right? You were moving sideways and you had a drop and then you moved up. We're moving sideways, we have a drop. We're at the same levels in the RSI. We're at the same levels in the RSI now that we were down here. What if we saw a movement that was just like this from a low to a high, but from where we are now, from this low, right? By the end of the year, Ethereum would be worth $8,000 at a minimum. At a minimum, Ethereum would be worth $8,000. The difference between this perceived move and the given move that we already had, this move will be in blue sky territory, new all-time highs, price exploration. I doubt that when we break out to new all-time highs, I doubt after this liquidity grab event, this liquidation event, I doubt that after all this, we're going to see a move that is smaller than this. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we saw a move that was bigger than this. We're likely going to see Ethereum at $8,000 or more by the end of this year. And that's great. That's great for Ethereum. Stochastics are cooling off. MACD looks immaculate. It literally looks like it's ready to bounce right here. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised at all if next week was green, or even by the end of this week if it was green. But Ethereum moving up is great. But that's not what we should be focusing on, right? Ethereum moving to $8,000 or $10,000 by the end of the year is great. But what does that mean for altcoins? What does that mean for every other coin in the market? That's what we should be focusing on, okay? Ethereum at new all-time highs, Bitcoin at new all-time highs, XRP at new all-time highs, Solana at new all-time highs, all together at the same time. BNB at new all-time highs. You have your top 5 cryptos all at new all-time highs at the same time. Tell me that that does not say that we're going to be in an environment that is conducive for an alt season, for things to really start to rally. Things are about to get really exciting. Don't believe the FUD. Don't buy into the FUD, okay? We're showing strength. We definitely are not showing weakness here. I can promise you that. And if you're bearish right here, my only thoughts are, sympathetic to the psyop that you've fallen for, unfortunately. With that being said, we probably do move lower. Don't believe any of the price action in the short term. It's going to be tricky. It's all going to be tricky. And the reality of the matter is, no matter what happens, we go up, we go down, whatever, inevitably we are. And probably next week, going into the end of the month, we will be moving up higher. That's what's happening. So I got nothing else. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.